welcome back. Today's video is all about keto, the healthy benefits from it, and it's very informational, so stay tuned. Hello everyone, good to see all of you. I've got a really great video today. This is something that my brother Robbie had wrote. If you're new to my channel, you may not know this, but I've been doing keto for over 2 years, and my brother was the first one to ever do it. He studied it for many months before doing it, and then he did it, lost a lot of weight, and we all followed in his footsteps. He has gained so much knowledge on this, and then he wrote like this big old journal on himself before keto and then after keto, and all the information on the fat, the protein, and the carb. He breaks it all down for you guys. So I want to read this to you guys, and it's all in layman's terms, so you will completely understand this. I myself know so much from my brother. I've gained a lot of knowledge from him, but this even gave me more. So it made me even more excited about doing keto for all these years. And, you know, it's just a healthy way of eating. You know, it really is healthy. You're going to get your people that are going to knock it. Actually, I've got a couple trolls that actually said that me, Monica, and my brother Robbie look very unhealthy doing keto. We look very old, and we look like we're doing drugs. I don't know. Do you guys think it looks like I do drugs? For one, I have a heart condition. I have postpartum cardiomyopathy. Okay, my heart's improved dramatically from eating keto, but I do have a heart condition. I can't do drugs, okay? And secondly, I do have blood work done all the time. And even randomly when doctors, my heart doctor, they just need to do blood work to make sure everything's sitting well with the heart. Yeah, I don't think I can do drugs. And I've got 7 doctors that have 100% approved this and okayed it. I don't think they would okay it if I had a heart condition. So it is very healthy, but you will get your jealous people out there. So, and people that just truly don't understand keto and low carb eating. So I'm going to break it down here for you guys in this letter that my brother wrote. And then at the end, I'm going to show you some before and afters. Before, we did look very unhealthy, sick, like something was wrong. But as far as doing drugs, yeah. Now, we didn't do drugs to lose this. We did keto because it's an amazing way of life. So let me get started on this. Now, again, this is what my brother Robbie wrote. He goes by Rob. His full name is Robbie Snyderich. Okay, it starts off, Bulletproof Body by Robbie Snyderich. Now, you guys are going to be blown away here. I may get a little teary-eyed because he's got some parts in here because, of course, being his sister, I grew up with him. I know all this stuff about him. I know how he felt before keto. I know how we all felt. Being obese most of our entire life, our dad dying of obesity and all of that. You know, obviously I've known my brother my whole life, his whole life. So I get a little teary-eyed when I read this, so I hope I can get through this without that. But again, this is a very informational video. So very long too. I apologize for that. I will go through it as quick as I can. With many years now studying nutrition, my goal and passion is to help as many people as I can lose weight, get in shape, live healthy, be happy, and never struggle with being overweight or obese ever again. Whether you have no weight to lose but want to eat healthier, have just a little stubborn body fat you want to get rid of, maybe need to lose 25 or 50 pounds, or even people who have become extremely obese and have hundreds of pounds to lose. I can help anyone. Now remember, this is my brother. And I do this by teaching people who are ready to make positive life changes my successful bulletproof way. I work one-on-one with people and create a perfect plan for each person that is extremely effective and very easy to follow. No matter how big your goals are, I want to help you through your journey and get you to the finish line. I not only create a effective plan for to teach people, but I also teach everyone what I have learned so they gain the same knowledge in nutrition, which is what I believe is the most important when you want to lose weight, keep it off, and live a healthy life. Because I believe 100% with knowledge, you will succeed. I also teach you how to lose that weight extremely fast. And isn't that what we all wish we could do? Well, the truth is you definitely can. Because when you hear people say if you lose weight too fast, you will gain it all back, you will be left with lots of loose skin, you will be unhealthy, you will lose muscle, etc. None of that is true if you know how to burn excess fat in the way our bodies were designed to do it. So yes, you can safely lose weight fast, and I can teach you how. I am living proof, along with many others I've taught, that my system is very successful in getting rid of all the excess body fat quick and very easy to maintain afterwards. Let me start by introducing myself. My name is Rob Snyderich, and I have suffered my whole life with obesity, along with many of my family members. We lost our father, at a very young age from obesity. Sorry, I'm getting a little emotional, guys. And I am heading down the same path. I am currently 37 years old. Now remember, this was him writing back before keto, okay? I am currently 37 years old. Well, this is current though, this part. I am currently 37 years old and a single full-time father of 3 amazing boys that I want to live a long and healthy life for. And after making huge changes 3 years ago and learning so much about health, fitness, and nutrition, I am happy to say that I am maintaining a big weight loss and living a very healthy and happy life now. I have also taught my children, many family members, and lots of friends do the same, and have inspired and helped many other people be very successful with losing weight and getting healthy. As I continue to study nutrition and fitness, I am finding myself wanting to help more and more people get healthy every day. And I'd like to share my weight loss story and explain some of the things I have learned along the way, which led me to want to help anyone who has ever struggled. Well, as crazy as this sounds, in just 6 months through a cold Minnesota winter, from September 9th, 2015 to March 9th, 2016, I had completely cut myself in half. I started at 300 pounds, and 6 months later, I was 150 pounds. In just a half a year, I became half the size. I was suddenly thin, in shape, and very healthy for the first time in my life. I was at a perfect BMI. I was toned. I felt great and looked 20 years younger. Was it healthy to lose all that weight as quick as I did? Well, at the end of my weight loss, I went in and had a full physical done and received the best report or health I've ever had in my life, or I ever heard in my life. All my numbers were perfect. I had cured many health problems that I had suffered with for many years and found myself experience lots of health benefits by the way I had been eating. And best of all, I was now happier than I had ever been in my life, as I had become the person I always wished I could be. and somehow did this in just 6 months. But just 6 months before this, I had suffered a mild heart attack. I had only 34 years old. I believe this happened from years of eating bad, being overweight my whole life, very inactive for so long, and just completely out of shape. When this happened, I knew I had to make a big change or I was going to die young, like our father did. So I was ready to do whatever I had to do to change my life, and I was very motivated. But knowing how I always failed with diets in the past, I did some research this time. And after researching some science in dieting, I decided I would try losing weight while putting my body into a state of ketosis. Right away it was working, and I was quickly dropping body fat. But being such a scientific way of eating, I continued to study nonstop as I was losing weight and learned how to make changes when needed so I wouldn't stall or slow down. I was learning everything about ketosis and how our body works. And with the knowledge I was gaining, I found myself hitting goals faster than I ever imagined I could. I was inspiring many people, but at the time, a lot of people had no idea what ketosis was. So of course, I was getting negative feedback from some people as well, which is another reason why I kept studying so much. I wanted to learn everything I could so that I could be 100% sure that what I was doing was safe. And once I knew that there was nothing at all negative with eating this way, I really wanted to start teaching others how to do this, as I was very confident that was the most effective, fastest, and safest way to get in shape. My ultimate goal was not to just lose weight, it was to become healthy. So no, I didn't lose my weight fast by starving myself or overdoing workouts, etc. I lost my weight fast because I had gained so much knowledge as I was losing weight that I knew exactly what was happening inside my body and how to safely burn the excess fat very fast. I even learned I didn't have to count calories and didn't have to measure out my food portions. All I had to do was eat the right type of foods at the right time and allow my excess body fat to just burn away fast. Now I'll start explaining some important things that everyone should know about how our bodies were designed. The biggest question you all probably have right now is, what does ketosis mean? Well, it's a fat burning state that happens naturally and how our bodies were designed to use excess stored fat as our energy source when we go a period or time without eating. As I began learning and understanding this, I realized our bodies do not require any carbs and learned how carbs simply had no nutritional value other than being a form of energy our body chose to use first if we consumed them. But when we eat too many carbs and don't burn them all, they will convert to glucose and we will store them as excess body fat. If we change the way we eat and eliminate the intake of carbs in our diet, the same fat burning process will occur as if we were not eating at all. And our excess body fat or fat we consume will then break down into ketones and burn for energy. So based on how much excess body fat you have, I set up a food list for each person to eat. From that will allow your excess body fat to be burning all the time for energy, and you will quickly get to a healthy weight. After you reach your goal and have no more excess body fat to use as energy, you can continue eating in ketosis and consume higher fat foods to be used for energy, and you will never be storing excess body fat again. So what exactly are carbs? I'll break them down a bit so you understand why we can actually completely stop consuming them, how we can stop the hunger hormone from getting out of control, how to stop the fat storing process, and how we can quickly and safely burn off any excess body fat on our body to get into shape and stay in shape and never have to add carbs back into our diet ever again. And even if you are already in shape, anyone can eliminate carbs and follow a ketogenic diet and eat whenever you're hungry. Eat enough to satisfy your appetite, and you will stay in shape without ever storing excess body fat and be very healthy without any carbs. But when keeping carbs in your diet, this is what you need to know. There are many diets out there, from counting calories to eating low fat to even cutting back on carbs. But why does everyone struggle with diets? I can help explain why. When it comes to carbs, you hear people say that there are good carbs and bad carbs, and that we just need to cut back on the bad carbs if you want to lose weight. Well, the difference is really not about being good or bad. It's about the speed in which our bodies try to utilize them as energy before they convert to glucose and store as body fat. So the term good carbs mean complex carbs, like whole grains that will slowly digest and give your body more time to use them as energy before they convert to body fat. And the term bad carb means simple carbs like sugar, which gives you quick burst of energy, and then converts very fast to body fat if unused. The reason why we don't need to consume carbs at all anymore is because we live in a world now that we can become morbidly obese with body fat easily, because it's very easy to consume way too many good or bad carbs with all the food we have created that is simply filled with way too many carbs in general, whether it's junk food or not. And we live in a world now where we drive cars to get around, sit around and watch TV, play with our phones, and have machines to do all our work for us, which means it's a lot different than it used to be back when we didn't have all these things. And there also wasn't even that many carbs in the food we had back then, when we actually needed carbs, because we would need to store fat for reserve energy during times when we didn't eat or couldn't eat. We didn't have to set meal times, we didn't have set meal times or access to so much food like we do now. We used to feast when we had food and fast when we didn't. And nowadays we don't have any reason to even store excess fat. Yet we added so many carbs to all those foods we have created. And now anyone can quickly become overweight or even obese when consuming any type of carb if we don't portion our food, count calories, exercise, and stay extremely active every day. We all know that is hard to do. As we age, our metabolism slows down more and more, making carbs even harder for us to consume and be able to stay in shape. The only people who ever have a chance of working hard enough to stay in shape consuming any carbs as they get older are the people who have never been overweight in their life. But for anyone who is or ever was obese, has thousands of fat cells that were created as they forced the body to store way too much excess fat from so many carbs consumed. And even if they have lost the excess fat at some point, those fat cells emptied, but they are still there. And when you have all of those permanent fat cells in your body that are always waiting for carbs to be consumed, you would have to be an Olympic athlete, a full-time bodybuilder, or basically starve yourself to keep them fat cells from filling back up when you keep carbs in your diet and are eating more calories than your body can burn, because the hunger hormone is always active and your fat storing hormone is always turned on. And even if you try to keep carbs low, you will just become weak, tired, and unhappy because your body is still running on carbs, and when consuming low carb, you are not giving your body enough energy to feel good. And soon you will find yourself consuming more and more carbs to feel good, and the excess fat piles back on, and that's why 99% of people always fail with dieting. Why is fat and protein so important over carbs? As I spoke about carbs and their sole purpose being an energy source and how we gain body fat, well, fat and protein offers us so much more. Protein itself is the building block of our bodies. Without protein intake, we would never have the ability to build muscle. Protein does not offer a great energy source as its main purpose is to feed our muscles, but it would convert to some energy if there is no carbs or fat intake and low body fat. If there is no macro intake at all to be used for energy, your excess stored fat will feed you and give you the nutrition you need as ketosis kicks in and your body fats start burning at 100% for energy. And your body will preserve your lean body mass. Body will be the last resort. Muscle will be the last resort your body will use as energy to keep you alive when you have low body fat and there is no intake of food to use. That is when your metabolism will slow way down as your body gives you just enough energy to keep your organs functioning to keep you alive. So as you can see, muscle itself is being protected as much as possible by our bodies, which shows you how important our lean body mass is. As our heart itself is a muscle, and the more muscle we have, the better our body composition will look. The more calories we can eat and not gain fat, and more muscle even helps burn more fat. And without protein, we cannot increase our muscle mass. So protein is very important and not a macro you can just eliminate without negative effects. As fat gives us the most nutrient and can give us the best energy when we are in ketosis. Fat is 9 calories per gram versus carbs being 4 calories per gram, making fat over 2 times the amount of energy we can get per gram. So eliminating the intake of fat would lose many benefits, and we would be giving up a lot of good nutrition found in foods containing fat. And both fat and protein do not want to store as excess body fat like carbs do. It is very hard to overeat fat and protein because both will make you feel fuller in less amounts, and neither will activate your hunger hormone as you do not increase insulin levels. Making carbs the only macro you can completely eliminate without negative effects. Instead, will allow you to experience many positive effects like the ability to burn excess body fat quick. Stopping the process of storing body fat, a faster metabolism, lowering insulin levels, and will also improve your skin, make you look younger, get rid of excess water weight, you will never feel bloated, and many more amazing positive effects that science is proving more and more every day as ketosis is becoming the most popular way of eating, not just to lose weight, but for anyone who wants to experience all the other great benefits you get when you simply eliminate carbs from your diet. With so much obesity now, believe it or not, With so much obesity now, believe it or not, we look at overweight as normal and healthy, and we don't see ourselves as fat until we are actually obese. And that's when most of us will try dieting from time to time, and most of us will just always fail at some point, as we never hit a healthy weight, or we stall, and many times we end up just gaining it all back and even find ourselves more obese than we were before. This is because we are trying to lose weight against the way our bodies were designed to burn excess stored fat. I lost all my weight by letting my body use my excess fat the way it was designed to, and that's why I've kept it off for years now. Never slowed my metabolism down, and I am now in complete control of my body and can stay in shape as I continue to age without having to work at all. I am finally seeing keto getting more popular, but some are calling it a fad diet. Some still think it's dangerous, and some believe we have to consume carbs to be healthy. But anyone who says any of that does not understand how our bodies work and doesn't know the scientific facts. And even those who do accept keto and currently are using it to lose weight, I am seeing most people doing it wrong and not losing as fast as they can. Stalling, cheating, giving up, or using keto just to shed a few pounds and then back to carbs. And not many are getting the amazing results you can easily achieve when you learn that it is not a diet, but a healthy way of eating that will change you. Isn't that just amazing how he broke it all down? He explains carbs, protein, and fat in such a term that you can completely understand it. And I hope those of you that are doing keto with me understand even more now. Those of you that want to try keto but are afraid to do keto, you don't have to be after listening to that. Anyone can do keto, okay? And also, the people that are just starting also are going to learn from that too. So I hope that that video was informational for you. Robbie, you are completely amazing. You have helped so many people. You have changed my life. In fact, from that, I'd like to write a journey myself from start to now. Definitely, like you said, I'm happier than I could ever be, healthier than I could ever be, and I can't thank you enough for that. Thank you for all your help, all your knowledge that you've taught me, and just always being there for me. And all the other people that you're helping has helped me to help many of all of you. So I love you guys very much. Continue your keto journey. If you're, was a little bit scared to do keto, maybe this will inspire you to start. We're going to live in a world pretty soon of everybody eating very low carb, doing ketosis. And that's what he meant by that. When he says you can eliminate to zero, you can. You can go with no carb. But the way we do it is we do 0 to 20, no more than 20 carbs a day. And that's basically in our veggies. And some things like cheese and eggs and stuff has a little bit. But that's basically all we do. We do 6 grams within a sitting so our body can burn that. That's what that fat is that he's talking about. And also only 20 a day, okay? And also when he's talking about all that fat you can eat, that's when you're in maintenance mode. Right now, to get it off, you do want to lower that fat. If you're just starting, you can definitely eat a little higher, but keep the carb at 20 to get yourself into ketosis so that you get in there easier and you don't feel the effects of keto flu and stuff. You could do it that way. But that's what he's talking about, that you're going to get to a point where you can consume those fats and proteins more and more calories and stuff like that and not gain any weight when you get to maintenance mode. So that's what he's talking about. But right now, how he's designing it for each person is, each person's different, but a lot of them, he is lowering the fat right now to get all the weight off really fast is how he did it. And then he was able to consume a lot more. We both consume so much more. So that being said, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it helped you. And after this, like I said, I'm going to show some photos just to show you before and afters of, how amazing we look. I don't certainly think we look old. I'm about to be 43 in December. My brother Robbie is 37 right now, heading into his 40s, and Monica is 43. And I don't think any of us look our age. We're told every day of our life how much younger we look. But it's always going to be somebody that doesn't like you, is jealous, or, like I said, just simply wants to cut you down in some way and, say that you look bad or you're doing drugs. Just because our, jawline comes in now and we have our collarbone showing does not mean that we're doing drugs. It means that we are healthy and living life large. I love you all very much. God bless, take care, and I'll see each and every one of you in my next video. Keto power, everyone.